All right, we're going to get started, everybody. So just to double or triple check, does everybody have 5 cards and then writing and either have done or in the process of writing your name on all the cards? Cool. If you need cards, do you need cards? Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, I am bleeding. Okay, if you do need cards, just let us know or whatever like that. If you need a writing utensil, probably just borrow one from one of the people around you. Okay, so we're going to actually get you started.
That's on my face.
Fuck, where are the notes? Okay, so I forgot to put this on my phone, so I'm just going to read it from here. Okay, so first up is announcements. First thing is chair positions. Do you guys remember talking about chairs last week? And many of you guys were interested in doing it. For everybody who missed our meeting last week, the way that we are set up is there are the 4 of us who are the elected officials of our club, president, secretary, treasurer, vice president.
We are?
Yes. You were there. You used to be elected. Looking for a new vice president. Okay. So then on top of the 4 of us, since we can't do everything on our own, we also have appointed chairs. So we reach out to you guys for the kind of chairs that we are looking for. We're looking for like a technical chair, a creative chair that will keep their fingers on the pulse of our club, figure out what people want to do, and different things like that. We also have a fundraising chair, a major events chair, and what's the last one? And a marketing chair. Things like, advertising chair, actually. It's advertising. So yeah, making posters, distributing them around campus, and different things like that. Last week we took applications, and we want to give the people who missed for last week, we still wanted to give you guys a chance to apply. So if you weren't here last week, just come talk to us after the club, after tonight's meeting, and we'll tell you what you need to send us. But we are going to stop accepting applications tonight. We're sorry that we couldn't tell some of you guys or whoever will get the position before the career fair, but we wanted to give you guys a fair chance. Make sense? Cool. All right. Next up, how many of you guys know what the IGDA is? Or the IGDA is? So, the IGDA is a really, really awesome organization called the International Game Developers Association. They're big, they're nationwide, they're gigantic, and it's almost entirely volunteer run. One thing that's really cool is we have a branch of the IGDA in Des Moines. Tomorrow night, they're actually going to have an event at the Des Moines Event Center or something like that, where they're just going to have all the game developers in the area come and talk about kind of what they do, just game development and different things like that. One thing that's really cool is, I don't know why I have this Band-Aid. What was I talking about? One thing that's really cool is there are some developers in Nevada. I don't know if you guys know where Nevada is, but it's right outside Ames. It's like the next town closest to us. It's some direction. I'm not a compass. And we have some developers out there, and they've actually gotten published. And so they're going to be talking tomorrow night in Des Moines about what it was like getting published. They're getting published internationally. They're going to be in German and France and was it Taiwan? Yeah, Taiwan was one of them, we think. And so they're going to be talking about what it takes to get published and all that other stuff. And we're going to organize some carpools to go. And if you guys are interested, again, come talk to us after the club, and or after tonight's meeting, and we'll figure out whose car you can ride in. They're really, really cool people. Their next game is going to be a VR game on the Vive, and it's really cool.
If I may, for a second here.
Yeah.
This is also a really good opportunity for you to network with people that are actually in the industry. A lot of businesses are starting to go after people kind of younger and younger, and especially looking towards college students. So getting to know some of the people that are actually in the industry will be really, really helpful.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
What time does this take place? What's the latest you can
Right. I will give you guys the details. Let me pull it up. Okay, so it is tomorrow at 6, and we would be leaving at probably about 5:15. We would be meeting outside Friley, right outside the UDCC.
I had camera's hesitation that
Okay.
exactly at 5, so if it's at Friday, that's just a straight down.
Yeah, exactly.
I was say, is there an entry fee to this?
No, it's free. In fact, if you register, you get free pizza too. So just look up like IGDA DSM, which stands for Des Moines, or just search Des Moines and you'll find it. It's a really, really awesome opportunity, guys. And if any of you guys are serious about getting into the industry, this is a great jumping off point for that. Oh, look, it even added it to my calendar for me. All right, finally, or not finally, but second to last, Minicade trailer. For all you guys that were interested in being in the Minicade trailer, and for all the new people, I'm looking for people who haven't actually made a game before, and I want to ask you just a few quick questions about why you haven't, because what Ryan is about to show off right after I get done with announcements. Finally, he got it working, finally. Welcome to Game Dev.
For the ones that came to Monday last Monday trying to expect it working, and then sorry to people on Saturday who also
Oh, yeah,
it's working now.
We hope.
I made it to the lobby, so that's a start.
Yeah, so, but we're going to actually release this as like a real thing. And we want to make a trailer for it. And so the whole reason we made it was to get people making games, right? So we want to ask you guys why you haven't made games before and get the honest answers. And then we're going to make a trailer out of all of your guys' answers. So we're going to meet tonight and do that. If you guys are interested, or who you were interested last week, just stick around. Fucking everything happens after the meeting, goddamn. And finally, no special workshop this weekend. It is purely just workspace hours. So if you guys want to come in and work on a game, like a mini game for Minicade, or your own game, go ahead and come on in. Okay, before we get to you though, Rob, get your ass on up here.
Speaking of networking, but if you
aren't
going to go to Zach's thing that you just talked about. Oh. Okay, so if you're not going to go to the thing Zach just talked about, tomorrow is the engineering career fair, and at night, the advisory board company Crimson is going to be hosting like a networking event, and they have a Xbox One raffle. I worked there after our freshman year, and Zach has worked there as well.
I worked there last summer, actually.
So if you're seeking an internship for a software development position, then I have flyers. If anyone would like some, I will walk around and raise your hand.
One thing that is really cool about this company, too, is they not only do software developers, but do any of you guys know what UX is, user experience? I had a user experience internship last summer because I'm a god-awful programmer, and I'm in my 5th year of software engineering. And Ryan will confirm that. And so I did user experience last summer, and I finally liked my job. So first of all, they're a phenomenal company. Their slogan is "Keep Crimson Weird." And like it's super casual dress all the time. People do weird shit all the time. They have like a free foosball table and ping pong table. People bring in food and just leave it sitting out, so it's like free game. It's a phenomenal company. And plus Austin's a phenomenal city. So, definitely check these guys out at the career fair. Name drop me and Rob, and maybe that'll score you guys some points.
Like 2 of these and like take a picture of it.
All right.
I underestimated the
All right. So now that we finally got all of our pimping out of the way, I lied. We don't have our pimping out of the way.
I'm going to take these.
No, you're not. Okay. Quick thing, guys. We have a YouTube channel. Do you see this? You can't see this number.
It says 82.
Okay. So you guys see this, right? Maybe you guys can't all see it, but you see this garbage at the end of our URL? We also hate this garbage.
UC4C9_GM69 that.
So we are currently at 82 subscribers. If we get up to 100 subscribers, we can get rid of all that bullshit and put in ISU GDC. So if you guys want to do us a huge favor, just log into YouTube, subscribe to us. We will never, once we hit 100, we are not going to like pimp out subscriptions ever again. In fact, at the end of the videos, we're like, subscribe if you want. And so like, so like just, if you could do that, that'd be really great because I want to get rid of that so badly.
You'll get quality videos that I make in about an hour.
Didn't you make that at like 3 in the morning too?
Yeah, 3 in the morning. I was in my apartment and I was like, we need to announce the Discord, and I don't know how to do that in a good way.
So we'll do it in a bad way.
Can we watch it?
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna watch it. We're gonna move on with the meeting. We're stopping this.
What's wrong with that?
All right, now we can actually get on with the rest of this meeting.
Oh, wake up.
All right, so go ahead and take the thing over from me. Here, Ryan, why don't you put this on because you're going to be explaining this.
I mean, I'll take it. As I unrecord, untitle everything.
Or maybe in the other one.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Hey, that's my pants. Hey, hey, hey. Wow. Oh, wow. All right. So, wow. Okay. Minicade is working, as you can all see. No, it's not. It's the logo is too like thick to bend. Okay. Anyway, so first things first, you need to go to your Wi-Fi settings on your phone. Actually, first things first, pull out your cell phone if you have it, and go to Wi-Fi. Go to Wi-Fi, and then you're going to make sure you're on the Minicade network.
You won't have internet access.
You don't have internet
Turn it
access.
off after we show you guys.
Yeah, it's literally right here, and there's no internet. It's just power.
Okay, so to
It
give you
makes
guys
sense.
some background, for the people who weren't here last
No, there's no
week,
background. There's no.
to give you a quick background.
There's no background.
This is what we're going to be using to help you guys learn how to make games. Especially if you've never made games before, this is a perfect way to do it. We're going to give you a quick demonstration of how it works.
All right, there's some background.
All right, once you guys are just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and connect. You should see a bubble whenever you join
With your name in it.
with your name in it, assuming you said it correctly. It's a little buggy, so please bear with.
Welcome to game development.
Please don't hate. Please don't hate.
Please don't steal.
Like, are you ever gonna be able to fix it so that like the names appear in the middle of the bubble instead of like the longer against the
Well,
bubble?
no, that's not an easy fix.
But yeah, it is.
Maybe for UI designer.
I'm a UX designer.
Oh, sure.
Did you just say you think the lobby is the best game?
What do you do once you connect to the Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, and then once you do actually connect to the Wi-Fi internet, you go to minicade.net on your phone,
On your like.
on your browser. Any browser should work as long as it's a browser. It's on here actually.
Oh,
It's
never
right
mind.
here.
Yeah.
Ryan, can you explain that? What's a browser?
What's a browser?
I'm pretty sure
It's
they do
like-
it on Netscape.
It's like Bowser needs to go on the internet, but he mistyped it. I don't know, man.
It's the browser that was made and
Yeah.
used only by.
All right. So, assuming we don't crash this, let's go ahead and start a game.
We are gonna crash this.
So this is going to work similar to the way Mario
All
Party.
right, listen up, guys.
Thank you.
I don't know why I whistled. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't whistle. What's up? What's up over there?
Yeah, what's up? Minicade.net.
Yep. Okay. So this is basically Mario Party without the actual board. This is the board. Looks pretty great. So the whole point of this is you're going to be playing different mini games as sort of like rounds, and they're short, fun games that you guys will make, and it'll be great. And the way it works is because there are, I don't want to count, but at least more than 4. Because there are more than 4 people connected right now.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. The games themselves are either going to be 2-player or 4-player. And so what do the other not 4 people do in the game while we wait? So basically the 4 people are going to be chosen to play the mini game while the rest of you guys are actually going to bet on who's going to win. And so that kind of keeps you involved, and it starts your gambling addiction young, and we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just start this game, and assuming it doesn't break,
Gotta love stress testing.
Like your friends in a gladiatorial.
Yeah, okay. So this should redirect, although I've been having issues with it. So we'll see how that goes. If you are selected to play the minigame, you will see a screen with 2 buttons on it. If you're not, you'll be asking to place your bet player. If you see a blank screen right now, that's because there's 60 people on it right now.
What if the game starts with 4?
If the game starts without any people, then I failed, which is more and more likely as the timer counts down to 0.
Yep, none of the names are changing.
Nope. So,
Oh, boy.
So obviously this works when it's only like 2 people on the thing. Just test it. So there we go.
Just only had us.
No.
You had to have
No. All right. So that's a thing. So there are 4 people playing it right now, right? And then basically what will happen is you'll get points and you'll bet. And then based on however you do on that, you're going to see a word site in a second. Just go with it. You'll be scored at the end of the game based off of your score. And then if you get first place, you get 1,000 points. And the game does not handle ties well currently. So player 1 got all places. So they got 1,000 points plus 500 points plus 250 minus 100 all at the same time. And so
they got all the scores. They got plus 500.
They got all the scores. And if you bet correctly, you get 500 points. And the whole point is there's like X amount of rounds. You play like 10 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. Okay. Obviously it works. It's better when it works.
So does this all kind of make sense to you guys? How this is all set up? So what we're going to help you guys do this semester is we're going to help you guys make the mini games for this.
Yeah.
It's really simple. The package that you can download for Unity from Ryan has all the code already set up, like all the template code already in there.
Yeah, there we go.
It tells you where you add your inputs.
Oh, there they are.
So there's that delay at the start, and then once it gets past that delay, everyone comes in at once. It's fantastic to watch.
And so it's going to be really great. That's what we're going to be doing at the workspaces on Saturdays from 12 to 2. We're going to help you guys make these mini games or work on your own games. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be a great time, and we have a lot of things working on. Tom, I think
by the way, who was Penn? Who was Penn? Because you were player 1 and you got all the points. So good job. Good work. Good work.
All right. So that's the demo.
Yeah.
Again, sorry it didn't work, but welcome to game development.
It works. It'll work when you're like testing it by yourself, so you can actually play the game. All right.
Cool. Okay.
Unplug that now. Unplug that. You should be back on the internet now.
What's up? Sometimes things like this just don't work out, and it's fine.
Workspace on Saturday and make a game. That's the final point.
All right, don't worry. We planned for this to take about as long as it did, so the rest of this meeting should be pretty good. Oh, also, look at this dope-ass logo that I made. I'm so happy about this logo. Well, you know what? That is not my fault. All right. Huh?
What is it with you and yellow? First, the text in the email.
Hey, Snapchat is yellow.
It's not yellow text though, so it's not.
If Snapchat can be yellow,
Background with white text.
I can be yellow.
Another world.
All right. Let's bring it back in a little bit. Okay, so for tonight's actual meeting, we have an activity plan. That's why you guys have all the cards. I believe I've seen a couple new people walk in. If you haven't gotten a set of cards, just raise your hand and we'll come get you a set of, it's really just paper cards, whatever you want to call them. They're trap cards. But what's really cool is, or not what's really cool, before we start that, I actually want to discuss something with you guys. So we're going to have an actual discussion, hopefully, as long as you guys interact with me. So I want to ask you guys a very broad question. What goes into making a game? Anybody can raise your hands so that we have some sense of chaos, or not chaos around here. All right, I saw you first, so we'll go with you. Huh? Tears? Tears is a pretty good one. Energy drinks. Time. Hard work.
Pizza.
Pizza. Sleep deprivation is a big one.
Lots and lots of Googling.
Yeah. Looking up your answers on Stack Overflow.
General hatred for the world.
General hatred for the world will come with it, yes. This isn't the direction, but I like this direction.
Rob, wherever it's
Crowdfunding websites, a new one every 5 minutes. But no, let's actually, to make it a little bit more serious, what actually goes into making a game? What kind of roles go into making a game? What are some of the things that you need to make a game?
Coders.
Coding.
Artists.
Artists. Level design. Music. Interface.
Unity Pro.
Some sort of engine. Rob has Unity Pro. Animators. Originality. That's a good one, actually.
Gotta brainstorm ideas first.
Yep, brainstorm ideas. Actually, those two go really good hand in hand. Writers. Yeah, script writers. Any other ones? Huh?
Advertising.
Yeah, advertising, marketing. That's a big one. That's a really hard one for indie devs. So, how many of you guys in here can say you can do every single one of those? Okay, Rob, shush. But actually, many of you guys could. It wouldn't be the best at all of them, but many of you guys could do many of those things very minimally, very easily, right? In fact, if any of you guys have ever worked on your own game, you might have done some of those things. How many of you guys have ever made like really crappy art in Microsoft Paint? See, even though you're not per se artists, you've made art before. How many of you guys have ever, written Hello World? You guys are programmers. It's a very simple code, but you guys are programmers. And that's the first place you start. Everybody starts somewhere, right? Huh? It's okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah, everyone starts somewhere. Okay. I forget what the next slide is, though. Okay. So, one thing that I want you guys to do real quick is, those cards that I gave you? Many of you guys said these things up here. When you guys were when I asked you guys what goes into making a game, many of you guys said there was programming, art. Pretty much all of these were in there, except for business relations. But all those things were things that you said. So what I want you guys to do is on your cards, I want each of you guys to write down whatever skills you have. You can only write down 5 of them, and if you don't have 5 different skills, write down the one that you do have 5 times. Make it any mixture of whatever you have. If you're a programmer and you dabble in art a little bit, then maybe put 4 cards of programming and 1 card of art. Does that make sense? Just write down from this list up here what skills you guys have and what you maybe worked on or would want to work on. Make sense? I'll give you guys like a minute or so to do this. It's not too hard. Make it what you feel most comfortable with. Yeah. So even if you're a freshman and you haven't actually started really learning how to you're 6 weeks in. You should know the basics of programming. But yeah, write down whatever you're most comfortable with. So.
When you say user experience, do you mean actually like being able to design it or being able to code?
I meant more the designing part because I'm a UX designer myself. But coding it is more user interface actually. I guess it'd be UX development. But yeah, write down whatever actually. Web development, that'd be more like programming. Yeah, programming, or if you wanted to, you could stretch it and be UI and UX. Yeah. So, but make sure you guys fill out all 5 cards. That's what's important. So, yeah. Hey everybody, I'm Poopy Butthole. Oh, that probably got caught on camera. Whoops.
Mr. Bulldog.
Get swifty. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna let you guys show off your guys' game.
Oh shit, no.
Yep.
It's bad.
No, do it. No, it's
Oh wait, are you with him? Are you with the other? Are you with that guy? Were you with that? Was you with? Yeah, you with that?
And Justin.
Yeah, we're gonna let you guys show off your game.
Okay. I know, but like,
Okay, what do you want to
wanna
see?
it?
I need to get
Well,
going.
I
Well,
wanna show it to you.
but what do you? But I mean,
Okay,
I need
one
it.
more.
Yeah, I need to get going. All right.
I didn't know how long this was gonna last. And then
Yeah. All right. I'm getting slightly better at that. Yeah, it was not poo-poo garbage.
I mean, it's probably going to suck for the audio.
Ooh, yeah, rip headphone users. Okay.
You'll just make me edit it later.
Yeah, I'll make you edit it. All right. Okay. So one thing what you guys have been writing down was some of the skills that you guys have, and I want you guys to keep that in mind. Because what we're about to do is we're going to introduce you to something that we think is massively important to you guys as a major resource. If any of you guys have never heard of Extra Credits is the #1 recommended YouTube channel from us from learning about all the different parts of game design. It doesn't go into the tricky details. It doesn't tell you how to program. It doesn't tell you how to do art. It doesn't really tell you how to do anything, but it tells you what you can do for yourself to learn that stuff. It'll point you to tutorials. It'll point you to ways of thinking. It'll teach you how to analyze a game that you're playing. There's a lot of content that these guys put out. They have 13 seasons of regular episodes, and then they also have other special series like Extra History, games you might not have played, level design and analysis. They have a ton of stuff out there, and we highly, highly recommend it. Now, everybody raise your hand for if you've actually made a game before. How many of you guys have shipped those games? Ryan doesn't count. And thank you, Rob, for being their shining example. Okay, well, what we want to do was to both introduce you guys to extra credits and to give you guys a little bit of a basis of where of how we might be teaching you guys some of this stuff, and some really cool things that we think you guys should know. We're going to show you an episode. It's only about 5 minutes long, but at roughly the 3-minute mark, they're going to start talking about what you can do if you're one of these skills. And that's the part that we wanted to show you. We think the entire video is really important, but I guess that's the most important. So we're just going to cue this up and hit the lights.
Hey, Ryan here. We're not actually going to show the video because it already exists on Extra Credits YouTube channel. So go ahead and click this link right here to go watch it, or click this link over here, or just click any of the links because there's just too many. Just do it. Just please. Okay, we're going to skip ahead now. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously that video is kind of full with a lot of, what's the bad version of inspiring? Preachy. It's full of really preachy stuff, right? Like keep working and all this other stuff that you've heard for fucking years, right? So, I mean, it's important, but keep that in mind when we go into helping you guys make games. So if you guys think back to when they mentioned keep it small and keep it simple, that's what Minicade is. Minicade games are small and simple. At most, they only have to last 60 seconds. You don't have to worry about a story. You don't have to worry about, art. You could make it out of cubes. Just call it Minecraft. And it'll be perfect, right? It really doesn't matter. And so that's why we wanted to help you guys use Minecraft. Or, not Minecraft, Minicade. We wanted to make Minicade for you guys to help you guys make something simple and small. However, we all come from immensely different backgrounds. Raise your hand in here if you are in the design college. That is 4 more than we've had in the past. Raise your hand in here if you're part of the business college. Oh, no one. Oh, wait, you. And then finally, raise your hand if you're in computer science or software engineering or something like that. Yep, that is pretty much our composition every year. No, they are massively important. You guys are all massively important, every single one of you. But one thing that we
Don't be a motivational speaker.
Okay, so you guys are all really important with all of you guys' different roles. However, some of you guys do dabble in other things, right? I know, for instance, that was a weird sentence. I'm actually taking the drawing class, in the introductory drawing class that all design majors have to go through. That class is kicking me in the ass, but I'm learning a lot about drawing. So when I had you guys write down all these different skills, I wanted you guys to see that maybe some of you guys aren't just programmers. Some of you guys aren't just writers. Some of you guys aren't just designers. Many of you guys know lots of different things. So one thing that we really wanted to help you guys do, and we might have a bit of trouble depending on what you guys wrote down, is we want you guys actually networking with each other. Because while you guys can make games on your own, they're a lot more fun to make with teams. They're a lot more fun to make with your friends. They're a lot more fun to do with other people who are suffering through the same shit that you guys are suffering through. So basically, what we're going to do tonight is the reason that I had you write down these skills and on these cards is because what I want you guys to do is talk to each other, and I understand this might be kind of weird. You guys can bail if you want. We don't want you to, but you can. But the idea is to get a stack of cards that all have different skills. Trade with people and find ways to get cards that you don't have. If you were some of the people who wrote down just programming on all 5 of your cards, look for people who have some level design experience or some business relation experience or hell, writing or art. Music. That's always the one that I forget. The idea is just to meet other people that have other skills that you might not. So if you're working on Minicade, or if you're working on these bigger game ideas that you guys have, you can look back at these cards, find their name, stalker net them on the ISU directory, find their email, and just shoot them an email like, hey, we met at Game Development Club, and I've got this big game idea, I'm looking for an artist, or I'm looking for a programmer, or something like that. And you guys can email each other and then work on a game together. And that's the important part about tonight, is, all right, just give me a moment. Give me like 2 more minutes to actually say what I'm saying. So shh, quiet down for a moment. So remember, just in kind of summary, the 2 things that we want you to remember is just keep the game simple. When you're making a game, don't get discouraged if you can't work on it for a couple weeks or even a couple months. Maybe come back to it at the end. Maybe make 30 minutes every week that you just sit down and look at your game, because that way you don't forget about it. But keep working on it. Don't get discouraged, because you are going to get busy, I promise you. So then the second part is meet the other people in this club. We're all game developers here. We're all game designers, and we love that shit. So like, these are the perfect people to be networking with and meeting and everything like that. So go ahead and start mingling amongst yourselves, start trading cards, and hopefully you guys can find the hidden Exodia.
Obliterate!
Oh yeah, and here's a list of all the skills that were up there in case you want to actually try to collect them all. Yeah, full screen that, please.
Okay, I don't think I have anything to use to you. Can't put all your cards.
All right, to everybody on YouTube, we hope you guys enjoyed tonight's meeting. Make sure to subscribe if you care about us enough. Just do whatever. Leave a comment down below what kind of skills you have, and if you're looking for any skill in particular, leave another comment and say what you're looking for. Maybe we can hook you guys up. As always, go forth, make games, be awesome.